Hi there, and welcome to part 2 in my cosplay Space Marine vlog, whichever it is. I have still got parts laid out on the initial mat of foam. I still have more parts to go, but I started getting a little bit ahead of myself, and I started cutting out some other parts, especially the top of the head. Now I did this off camera. I had cut out this part here, and then with the heat gun, shaped the curvature, and then just tested to see how the parts were going to go together. One other thing I did do a test of was how well this contact cement was going to work. Now this is the stuff that's widely available here in Canada. This is LePage, and again, as I mentioned, like this is getting a lot of stuff from the States is kind of costly, and so there are usually comparable things that you can find here in Canada that will do a similar trick for you. And so this is what I found. And I did a little test here. I cut a little piece of foam and basically glued back along its seam, and it is solid. It is solid. I mean, I have to really pull on this like to even see if it's even coming apart. And I can't even tell if it is coming apart. I think it is solid. Yeah, I'm breaking it like where I cut, not where the initial parts were. Like this was one section that was not even a part of that. It was it was somewhere else. Like, so this stuff is solid. When this stuff dries, it's solid. It takes about an hour for it to dry, but you treat it just like I had watched. I do watch Evil Ted's YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with Evil Ted, check him out. Evil Ted. He also does a Twitch show, I think, as well. Basically, he's like, a EVA foam guru about how to work with this stuff. And so I've been watching a lot of his videos on working with EVA foam and, cutting it and, styling with it and, like all the little neat tricks that you can do with this stuff to get technical patterns and just all sorts of things in there. It's a really great channel. Check it out if you have not checked it out before. Just Google or just YouTube Evil Ted. You'll find him. And yeah, it's a really informative channel, and it's been a great help as far as like me understanding how to work with this stuff. And of course, also like bending this stuff. And yeah, I mean, like right now, since these things have had time to cool down, it's very, very solid. I think so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these together, glue all these seams together, and then once it's dry, I'm going to come back in and reheat it and try to bend it to a more uniform shape, because right now it's kind of wonky like this. This one here, this one here is not too bad. But yeah, this part basically what's going to happen is I'm going to glue these two halves. Close up these seams, make them strong, and then I'll be gluing the two halves together. Well, actually, it's only glues together in the front here, according to the designs, because these parts here come in where like the central mohawk part comes in over the helmet, and so I have yet to cut that part out, but I'll be doing that next as well. And basically, I'm going to kind of build this thing, basically kind of like from the top down, really. I thought I was going to build it from, the ground up, but I'm kind of building it top down. I figured I'd tackle like this big part here, because really this is the kind of defining factor whether or not this is going to fit me. This is really the defining thing. And so as you can see here, I'm fairly confident that it'll fit. Now I'm wearing a hoodie right now here, sorry, a hoodie, a toque. But as you can see here, it should mostly fit on my head. There's lots of clearance in the back here. My head is like back here. I got lots of hair too, so I'll probably have to wear it like down whenever the helmet's on, because if I had it in a ponytail, I'd probably just jack this helmet right up. I don't know what it would do, but anyway. So I'm fairly confident that this is going to fit well, because again, the back of the helmet and the way the eyepiece comes forward and the way the mouthpiece is going to come out to here, and then so I'm feeling pretty good that this is the right size of helmet I need. And so I'm feeling pretty good about that right now. I'm still a little bit cautious, as it could all get still way screwed up. And so, yeah. So put my hard hat back on. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna glue this together. I'm gonna show you exactly what my process was working with this. It's relatively straightforward. Basically, you take the contact cement, you apply it to both ends of the seams that are gonna get joined. Give it a few moments to basically you kind of wait till the glossiness disappears, and then you press the two pieces together. And you give it hold it firm for a couple seconds till it's secure, and then you go again. And so I'm going to tackle probably a couple lines at a time, just so that I don't get too far ahead of myself as far as like the stuff curing ahead of time. And once this is all solidified, then I'm going to come back in and reshape it. But that'll probably, well, it might be the next part in this, I don't know, or I might just continue on because, yeah. Don't have too much time today to play with this guy, so I'm just going to try and get some of this initial gluing of this curvature down, and hopefully we'll be somewhere with that. So I'll give you guys a quick little zoom in here. And so here, we'll take this stuff out, clear my work area here. Don't want to get glue on anything. As this stuff is kind of messy. Now this stuff here is just a small bottle, but it comes with its own little brush, which is pretty handy. There's lots in here. And basically, yeah. So what we'll do is just apply it to the seam as neatly as possible. It is kind of going everywhere at the moment. Get this seam here. Again, you really don't need all that much, but you do need a good healthy amount laid out so that it'll stick. And of course you get it on your fingers and such. Just have some paper towel nearby and you should be able to just clean it up and, get back to business kind of thing. I think I'm going to do 2 lines at a time, I think, here, because it's getting quite messy and goopy on me at the moment. Wipe the excess away here. So give that a few moments to dry. It usually only takes about 2 minutes for it to kind of set up. I'm just grabbing a paper towel here to get this off my fingers. Basically, all you got to do is you just got to wait until a bit of the glossiness is gone from this glue. Of course, you can blow on it, whatever, but otherwise. So, usually it takes about 2 minutes or so. You don't have to lay a whole lot down to get a good bond. It's not like you got to like really kind of goop it on or anything like that. There's a little too much there. It's not quite ready yet. See it pulling apart. Yeah, really the key is to let this stuff air dry for a bit before you start applying it, because you will struggle with it. Oop. Plus two, it might not have enough glue on that surface, I don't know. Hopefully I do. It's not looking like I do. It's not like these pieces are adhering very well. And so basically that's it. And just let the pieces dry, let them cure, and you come back and do the rest. So I'm going to continue on, and we'll see once this half is done. So we'll be back in a little bit. So I'm about halfway up the brim here, and really the hard part is being patient enough with the glue and waiting for the glue to set. But as you can see here, I'm already getting the front part here getting ready, all glued together, taking shape. And so, like as I mentioned, yeah, really the hard part is just, you know, waiting that couple minutes for this to kind of set and then, you know, go. But otherwise, so far, having fun, and we'll continue on to work. And again, I'll show you when I've got this one half side glued. So here I am at the last seam on this half of the helmet. It hasn't taken entirely that long. You know, wait about 2 minutes for each little segment to dry. I've been going about it, you know, each line, just so that I'm doing it right and kind of getting used to how this all works. Still pretty confident, and you know that this is gonna fit. I'm feeling pretty good about, you know, the glue job on it so far. It looks a little messy on the other side, but that's fine. And of course, you know, getting it nice and smooth, very minimal amount of like lines being left behind. Kind of blow on it just to kind of speed it up a little bit. Again, it says once it's like it's gone kind of tacky is when you apply it, and so that's what you kind of wait for. And then I just begin pressing the seams together, and presto magico, it works. The inside seam here was a little bit gooey still. Probably take a little bit extra effort to keep that together. But that is it. Now it's on to the next half. And yeah, we'll keep going from there. Just keep going. I know a lot of you guys out there have been tempted to try this project yourself, and I definitely would recommend it. You know, it's a break from a lot of the usual kind of stuff, and you know, so far it's been pretty fun. You know what? There's no glue in there. That's why that's not really adhering that well. I'm going to stick just a little bit of glue in there. Just a wee bit. Ooh. Just a wee bit. I got to clear that pot off too, because that's a big goop on my pot. I don't want to get really kind of away from me here. Actually, I'll do that now while that's got a minute or two to set up. These little pots, they're really goopy. The glue just kind of goes everywhere. I definitely would recommend you maintain the threads. Make sure you keep the glue free from the threads, otherwise you'll never get that shut again. There we go. There we go. Now that's all adhering right. Get in there. Of course, now this is all still needs about an hour to fully set up, but otherwise it is ready to go. And so I'll do the next half. I'll probably show a little bit of that as I work on that as well. And then it'll be, I'm going to cut the part that goes for like the central mohawk kind of piece and the back of the helmet. I'll cut those next, because I already have these side pieces here, which will attach like so. How's it go? Yeah, like so. There's a bit of a gap here, and so I assume you can leave this little piece right here, sit right in there, and then come on, join up you. It's always the first and the last one, so I don't want to give you trouble. So this piece here attaches here and goes around the central part of the helmet like that, giving us that mohawk piece. Or I don't know what the heck it's called on a Space Marine helmet, but anyway. But that's it for now. We're going to move on to the other half of the helmet. And yeah, so let's keep going. All right, so here's where my project stands right now. I've done the back piece of the helmet, and I also have glued the top brim or top part of the helmet, right? You know, sits right here. Okay. So initially, I had laid out, you know, these side pieces here that go along with the top part. This is the back of the helmet, and then the parts that, you know, that kind of go over the ears, I guess. They sit here, but I still have to fill out, like create a piece here that sits on top of here to create some thickness. And I'm wondering if I should have went with maybe like the 1/2 inch foam for these sections, so that I can kind of save myself a bit of, you know, but not a bit of time, but, you know, just, I mean, I guess it would be a little bit harder to work with the thicker foam to get it to these, you know, nice curved shapes like this. But either way, I'm running into a slight problem though, as I'm kind of lining everything up, and I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting a little bit nervous about everything, you know, putting all this stuff together. But otherwise, you know, everything's kind of coming together. This back piece here, you know, like, I don't know, everything's just got to, I guess, is just not lining up the way I want it to, and I don't know, I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, should I be starting over, or should I continue to press on and continue going? I mean, you know, so far everything is kind of working out. Like, there's this big gap here, so I'm going to have to fill this in later on, I think. Because really that, this curvature here, like, really should be lining up like that, I do believe. And so this, you know, piece is becoming like that. I don't know, I guess maybe I'm just kind of overthinking things a bit, I think. Maybe I should just start gluing, getting more pieces cut and getting them glued together. But this is where my project sits right now, and I haven't had a whole lot of time in the last week or so to put anything else together, but I'm hoping to get a little bit more time right now, I guess, today to do a little bit more. But I'm going to be posting this video. So anybody who you know, has any input, has been working, has done this, because I'm using the Pepakura file 935 scale. It's the same as Paulrud. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's from Sweden anyway. He's got the Blood Angel Stern Guard. Really awesome costume. And I'm using basically his files to create this. And so, yeah, anybody out there who's done it using his method, you know, feel free to you know, leave me a comment as far as what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, you know, what I should be using. Again, you know, like for doing EVA foam, you know, I know on the American side they use barge, but on the Canadian side, or anybody, this stuff here, this LePage contact cement, seems to be doing the trick. It works almost exactly the same, and I suspect this is actually pretty good for something else in miniature needs, as far as our wargaming needs are concerned. And I've been meaning to try something out. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where my project sits right now as of today, which is, we're going to be entering the new year soon. Well, I'm posting this video today, so yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. The other clips are from about a week ago, and so, you know, that's why obviously wardrobe change, right? So yeah, again, thumbs up, share, leave a comment. Otherwise, yeah, because I really want to stay motivated on this project, and I do want to see it through its logical conclusion. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, with your support, and, you know, hopefully anybody out there with guidance, you know, I'm all ears. I'm all ears for this stuff, because I'm a complete noob as far as this stuff's concerned. So again, thank you for watching. Happy wargaming, and keep you posted as far as what the next update will be. Something, I don't know.